Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Household Superstitions by Joseph Addison. Joseph Addison was a well known English poet, writer, dramatist, politician, and classical scholar in the 18th century. He is regarded as one of the best periodical essayists, having co founded The Spectator, a daily journal, with his friend Richard Steele. In addition to writing essays for the Tatler, he supplied more than 274 contributions to the Spectator. He wrote the renowned play Cato, a Tragedy. In addition, he is the author of The Campaign, Account of the Greatest English Poets, Dialogue on Medals, and the failed opera Libretto Rosamunde. He had a significant role in founding the English literary group known as the Kit Kat Club, which had strong political ties. Addison received an invitation one day to supper with his family from an old acquaintance. Addison was shocked to discover that the entire family was quite dissatisfied when he arrived. The reason was the hostess had a nightmare the previous night, and so they feared that such a dream portended a terrible misfortune for the family in the near future. Addison concluded that the hostess in question was an extremely superstitious woman. His conviction that the superstitions had a strong hold on the entire family was supported by everything that occurred within the family. Addison was quite agitated during his extended stay with the family. Although his friend was a kind man, he wasn't smart. Even though his wife's beliefs were ridiculous, he would always agree with her. They firmly believed in numerous other superstitions as well. They never started any new projects on Christmas Day. To them, spilling salt was unlucky, and if it occurred during supper, they were sowed. If the knife and fork were arranged across one another on the dish, the family would become depressed and hopeless. Addison found just having dinner with this kind of family to be excruciating. Because Addison had spilled the salt and slid the knife and fork across his plate, they believed he was starting to become their problem. They also believed that he was the man who they had seen the previous night in their dream. Addison quickly completed his dinner, saving from any further embarrassment. Addison realized that he was not welcome at his friend's family. He was viewed by the hostess as unwanted and bad news. When the dinner was over, he left without waiting. Upon arriving home, he was deeply reflective and gave careful thought to the events that had occurred involving him. He came to the conclusion that all that had occurred that evening had its root in nothing more than the ridiculous superstitious notion. He came to the conclusion that superstitions were to be blamed for the fictitious and illusory suffering that plagues humankind. They only cause suffering. Only idiots will take such things as omens and superstitions seriously. Superstitions cause calamities even in cases where there is no hardship or unhappiness in our lives. Thus, we suffer from imagined and unreal suffering just as much as from actual mishaps and disasters. He lists the greatest superstitions like an owl shrieking at night or a star shooting. They bring about needless concern in our lives. These people see calamity in every situation, which makes the existence a constant state of anxiety and suffering. According to Addison, it is hard for elderly women to pass the time when they are physically unwell and unable to perform any meaningful work in life. They spend their time generating silly predictions about an impending tragedy out of a need to pass the time and keep themselves occupied. They instill such wicked ideas and ludicrous notions in the minds of the simple minded, making them perpetually fearful of some unforeseen calamity. People who are pure and simple, in particular, experience this kind of terror. It is a responsibility of the intelligent individuals in such a situation to deliver them from such foolishness. They ought to instill in them logical thinking and persuade them of their immorality. Finally, Addison states that he does not believe in divination or superstition of any kind in his own life. He argues that this behavior doesn't make him happy, instead, it becomes worse and produces greater mental distress. He says that he would not have seen his future even if he had the ability to. He goes on to say that it would be preferable to place oneself under God's watchful eye. Only God can deliver him from all the life's ills and tragedies. Addison shows his unwavering confidence in God and rejection of all other ridiculous beliefs in this way. In addition to providing him with a great deal of comfort from life's hardships and disasters, this religion shields him from the irrational, ludicrous, and imagined anxieties that lead to misery. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.